Hi, this video is about making dog bows and crepe pads. We're going to start out with a bow. You just need a piece of any kind of ribbon. This is grosgrain. I can't say that word. But anyhow, you can buy it at your hobby store for a little or nothing. Okay, take a short piece of the ribbon, you cross it over on itself, and then squish it. And then you wrap one of these 1/4 inch rubber bands around the middle. To make it so you can put it in their hair. Take some hemostats or ear pullers, take the rubber band, grab onto it, pull it part way through, then stick your hemostats back through and grab the other side and pull it. And there you have where you can put it in their hair. You can decorate them up by hot gluing either little, pom-poms or buttons. Here comes Halloween. You can make some with some fancy ribbon. You wouldn't even need, or lace. Just fan fold it. Put your rubber band around the lace. Do the same thing with the back. You just fan fold it out. And change out your colors. Now the next thing is the crepe pads. I'm using the metal one because it's easier for me to show you. You take your length and your width and add 1 inch on each side when you're cutting out your pieces, because it just makes it much easier to figure out a 1/2 inch seam rather than trying to go with 3/4 inch. I'm making some extra crepe pads for my dog show. You would cut out a piece of quilt batting, some fleece. This fleece is kind of stretchy, and a piece of cotton. I've tried the fleece on the front and the back, and it's just too stretchy where the cotton will stabilize it. You can use 2 layers of batting, but like I said, I'm going to a dog show and I'm taking puppies, and if they piddle in it, they wash and they dry a lot quicker when there's only 1 layer. The manufacturer's recommendations are different on different battings, but in the most part, the general rule of thumb is 2 to 4 inches. No further distance on your stitching, because otherwise it will clump up and be lumpy inside. So I'm going to show you how I do this. And the sewing machine I'm using, this one's a 301A. I like the 301s and the 303 Singers because they're gear driven. They're almost like a professional sewing machine. And I take a 1/2 inch seam. You don't have to be perfect about it. And I don't use pins. I just kind of go around, and you can cut off extra if you'd like. See the difference here? What's stretched out? I'm going to just act like it's not there and eyeball the 1/2 inch. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect. On this last side, I sew to maybe about there. My hands aren't very big, but just big enough that you can get your hand in there and turn it. That saves you some hand sewing. On your corners, just clip. Don't clip through your seam, but clip at an angle so you don't have so much bulk at your corners and they look more pointy or square. I'll even do the one I'm going to hand sew that's not quite done. Like I said, if you layer batting, fleece, and then your cotton. It helps hold it more secure. Stick your hand between the outside and inside layers. Pull it through. Push it through, pull it through. And then I stick my hand in there and get my corners kind of out, but that doesn't do it 100%. And my little trick to get your corners a little more pointy. Is I take and I kind of wiggle it and work it out. Okay, now after you've got that part done, I just kind of hold it. And I use the dots on my sewing machine just for a reference on my seam. There's no rhyme or reason. Like I said, they just recommend no more than 2 to 4 inches, so that's eyeballing it, maybe 1.5 inches. And I kind of pull on it, and I go. Now my next one, like I said, you don't want all this open because when you wash it, this part can ball up, get lumpy on them. So I go about 2.5 inches or whatever you want, but like I said, no more than 4. And I just use a little ruler and get it about where I want it. And then I take my ruler, because there's no reference points. You could put a piece of tape on your sewing machine if that made it easier. But I just kind of eyeball it. This last side, just go to where you started. Well, got one more. And then when you get all done, all you have to do is turn this part in, pin it, and hem just this little bit. All done.